The Genghis Grill brings you the Bixby Spartan Football Coaches Show with head coach Lauren Montgomery.
Welcome to Genghis Grill, this week's Coaches Show. I'm Coach Pat McGrew, and we're here with the head football coach of the Bixby Spartans, Coach Lauren Montgomery. Coach, you guys came out with a big victory, won a district championship, and man, that is hard to do. Congratulations, and I'm sure that the coaches, the players, and the families are really, really excited right now.
Yeah, pretty excited about it. I tell you what, it's a big deal for those guys to win a district championship, and we haven't done it, Coach, since you won one back in 2007, I think was the last year we won it. And so a big deal for those guys, pretty excited about it, and we had to face a little adversity Friday night, and we stood up to the test. It was a close one, made a lot of people nervous, but all in all, we came out with a 34-31 victory.
Well, we had a good crowd. Matter of fact, Sand Springs brought a good crowd. They had a good football team, but we definitely came away. There were some great things I saw on the field, and one of those, like we talk every week, you know, it's Saturday through Thursday, you know, when you win the football game, there had to be some practice players that came out on top this week.
Man, I tell you what, we got some guys that are practicing really well, guys that you'll see, you know, as we mentioned, guys that you'll see on Friday night that are doing a great job. One of those guys is Cody Adams, one of our defensive linemen, giving us a great look at defensive end, prepared us. Sand Springs had a great defensive line last week, and he got us ready for that. And Jeff Stillwell, a safety wide receiver, who's doing a good job, a sophomore guy, who's really getting a lot better, you know, throughout the year. He's grown and matured, and you're starting to notice him a lot through JV games and out on the practice field. So we appreciate those guys, and we would be being able to do what we do on Friday nights without, you know, such a great look in practice and everybody on the team stepping up and running that scout team role.
Well, congratulations on those guys, and I tell you what, we're going to need a big one for, you know, 3 more weeks, and but we'll get to that later. But it was a good first half of action, and right after this, we'll come back and see that first half.
The Bixby Spartan Football Coaches Show was brought to you by Genghis Grill, Jim Norton Toyota, Car Country, Nelson Nissan, Nelson Mazda, Matthews Ford, Midwest Sporting Goods, Arvest Bank, TTCU, Chick-fil-A, Central States Orthopedic Specialist, Henry Orthodontics, State Farm, Challenger Services, and by the Coaches Driving School. Get in the game.
When it comes to safety, performance, and technology, Midwest Sporting Goods offers athletes the edge with products like Shuck football helmets, Tag shoulder pads, new 5150 BB Core baseball bat, or Nike and Under Armour apparel and shoes. Next time you suit up for a game or practice, put some Midwest best on you.
Genghis Khan. You may know me from such conquests as the sacking of Yanjing or the famous raid of Bukhara. Good times. But here, at Genghis Grill, I've chosen to turn my efforts from burning and pillaging to more noble pursuits, like feeding and empowering. With 80 delicious fresh ingredients to build your own bowl, you can eat what you want. Could have used you at the Battle of Samarkand.
Genghis Grill.
We like Adam, yes we do.
Adam Cash gives you $50 when you open a checking account using our School Pride card.
Oh, Adam, you're so fine.
Adam Cash gives our school $50 when you open an account with a School Pride card.
Our school gets a donation from TTCU when you use our card.
So does ours. You swipe and TTCU donates.
Our card's the best.
TTCU has more than 30 School Pride cards for you to choose. It pays your school $50 and you $50 for getting yours. Get the best today.
Welcome back to Genghis Grill with the head football coach of the Bixby Spartans, Coach Lauren Montgomery. Coach, you know, we got the ball right off the bat. We've been deferring a lot. But we got that ball and took care of business that first drive.
Yeah, I was proud of the guys. We came out and capitalized on some real good field position, a good kickoff return by Justin Williams, and took the ball down the field and scored, and that's always a great way to start, build a lot of confidence with your offense.
Well, let's get to that action and see that first half.
Yeah, coming out in a trips formation right here, we throw the bubble screen to Kyle Ryan, and Kyle gets a great block right there from Blake Cooper out on the edge, and you also see Zach Stevens out blocking it up. Our wide receivers have been gooning it up, doing a great job. Nick Roller there off the left side edge. We drop back. Tanner does a good job moving around in the pocket. Got good protection, but he scrambled around really well the other night. Completes the ball down over the middle of the field right there. I believe that is Cade Cabanis. Come back, Nick Roller getting a nice hard run inside on the inside zone play behind Jordan Johnston. Come back, we throw the wide receiver screen, and once again out there, Blake Cooper getting into the end zone behind a great block of Zach Stevens. Zach Stevens just doing a phenomenal job. Big 6'3" wide receiver blocking it up out there. They fumble the kickoff return. Ryan Matthews here recovers it and give us great field position for a quick score. One of the few blunders right there that Sand Springs made. Other than that, they played a pretty mistake-free night of football. Come back, we throw the wide receiver screen out to Blake Cooper, and I love to see Blake catch the bubble pass. He's just so talented with the ball in his hand, explosive athlete. Good to have his cast off and be getting some offensive reps again. We throw the slant in to Kyle Ryan there, does a nice job, and Nick Roller runs the stretch play out off the edge. The corner had a chance to tackle him, probably not going to happen with Big Nick. Sand Springs comes back out. Some of their empty formations. They had a great game plan against us, running the quarterback a little bit. Austin Grott slows him down right there, and you'll see Jed Stinson piling on for the tackle right there. Doing a good job closing from his defensive end position right there. Grady Hannafin doing a fine job. Austin Grott's in on the tackle. A lot of guys, a lot of blue shirts rallying in around that ball, slowing the Sand Springs offense down, holding them. Tanner Griffin right here on the draw play does a nice job moving the chains. Tanner's such a great weapon with his legs. When he decides to pull that draw play down, we give him a run pass option. Run the stretch play out over the left edge behind Brandon Dyson and Zach Brown. We'll come back right here. We throw the out route to Jared Kerr from his tight end position. Sand Springs comes up, tries to run the trap play, and you'll see Cress Woodward meeting him in the hole. Cress Woodward, one of our second leading tackler on the team. Casey Sayed, our leading tackler right there, making a great tackle, you'll see. Got him balled up in the middle right there. A lot of Spartans rallying it up for a no gain on first down. Make the Sandites have to throw it on second down, and that's always a good thing right there. Sand Springs comes back right here. They set up their reverse throwback pass, as you'll see, and we got too much pressure on the inside. They didn't get to get their trick play off, and that's a good thing. Jared Kerr in on the tackle from his outside linebacker position. Tanner Griffin throws the out route right here to Kyle Ryan. Kyle Ryan running the 2-minute drills, very wisely gets out of bounds. We run the stretch play to Nick Roller to pick up the first down, momentarily stop the clock. We come back, we throw the bubble screen to Cade Cabanis. Cade picks up good yardage. After a timeout, we come back and move the chains once again with Nick Roller. We've got a little over a minute, and that's quite a bit of time for us with 3 timeouts. We do a good job right there throwing the out route to Kyle Ryan. Kyle gets out of bounds very, very wisely. We run the inside zone right here to Nick Roller. Nick does a good job and burns up angles right here. We tackle him on the 1-yard line. Not a lot of time left. Do a good job right here in the stretch play, getting in the end zone here behind Grady Hannafin. Defense comes back out. Once again, Sand Springs running a little inside zone play. Got a lot of guys pursuing flat down the line of scrimmage. Quarterback tries to scramble right here. You'll see a lot of guys. You'll see Nick Roller in on a tackle, getting some defensive work in there. Offense gets the ball back. Good fourth down stand right there. Third down, we hand it off to Nick, pick it up. J.J. Cantrell from his wide receiver spot, just so explosive, big playmaker. J.J. and Blake into their slot wide receivers. Great ball right here. I believe that's Cade Cabanis that catches that over the middle. Tanner Griffin showed a lot of poise in the pocket the other night. Those that come back right here to Kyle Ryan, right at the first down marker. Once again, Tanner drops back, hits a post right here to Kyle Ryan. Kyle's tacking on the 1 right before half. We called 2 plays in the huddle because we're out of timeouts. Nick does a good job getting the first one in right here, bouncing the stretch play out over the edge. Takes us into half with a 17-point lead, Coach.
Well, they took care of business that first half, and second half, obviously, we came out on top. It was a great football game, and second half was Sand Springs is a good football team, and it was a great football game for the fans. I know that you probably wish you were way ahead, but came out strong, and boy, finished up good. And we'll be back for the second half of action right after this.
Genghis Khan. You may know me from such conquests as the sacking of Yanjing or the famous raid of Bukhara. Good times. But here, At Genghis Grill, I've chosen to turn my efforts from burning and pillaging to more noble pursuits like feeding and empowering. With 80 delicious fresh ingredients to build your own bowl, you can eat what you want. Could have used you at the Battle of Samarkand. Genghis Grill.
At Matthews Ford, we know what's important. Those moments in life you hold on to. To always remember and protect. Matthews Ford has a new state-of-the-art facility in Broken Arrow, where we can help our customers make more of those moments. Come by and see us today. Matthews Ford.
Smart people know huge model year-end savings can be found at JimNortonToyota.com. Hurry, take 0% financing for 60 months on new 2014 Tundras. 0 for 60, or pay just $199 a month. $199 a month for a new 2014 Tundra. And get Jim Norton Toyota's biggest discounts of the year. Plus, you always get a lifetime warranty at no extra charge from Jim Norton Toyota, 9009 South Memorial, where T-Town gets Toyota.
One place for all your insurance needs? Of course. See State Farm agent Mark Musser. Call or stop by today.
Looking for free checking that isn't free of extras? It's as easy as finding your nearest Arvest bank. Our free Blue checking comes with lots of features, including free online and mobile banking, and the ability to deposit a check just by taking a picture of it with your smartphone. And since it's from Arvest, you'll have the freedom of more than 240 locations and convenient hours. You shouldn't have to pay for convenience. Switch to free Blue checking from Arvest Bank.
Welcome back to Genghis Grill. We're here with the head football coach of the Bixby Spartans, Coach Lauren Montgomery. Coach, you know, we come out, we're ahead in the first half here. We go into halftime. What do you tell your kids knowing you got to come out on defense?
Well, you know, we knew that Sand Springs wasn't going to quit. That's not in their DNA. They're a tough team. They play hard no matter what. And the thing about Sand Springs, they always find a way to make a game close. Always find a way to, you know, win 7 ball games so far this year. And so it's important for our guys to keep our focus. X's and O's wise, you make a few adjustments. They came out in a couple empty formations that we needed to make some adjustments to, and then we had some blocking schemes up front, offensive line wise, that we had to change up just a little bit because what we were doing wasn't really working as well as we had hoped. So we made a couple adjustments, but came out and wanted to get a big stop right here and you know, hopefully put Sand Springs away, but that wasn't going to happen. They weren't going to go away, Coach.
Well, and at this time of year, really, if you can just win by 1, I mean, we played good, but if you win by 1 and you head to that state championship and win that Go Ball by the school winning by 1 every game, you come out on top. It doesn't matter right now. Everything counts, and coaches get right to it.
Absolutely. Let's take a look. We come out on defense right here. Sand Springs running a little speed sweep action, and I tell you what, we were getting good penetration and good work from our defensive line, but gave up a little bit more on the run game there in the second half than we would have liked. Had a couple penalties on third down that were big conversions that really helped those guys. And anytime you give a team that's as good as Sand Springs 125 yards, that really impacts it. You know, right there you'll notice, I think that is Big Brendan Evers, a sophomore, in on a good tackle right here. Put a little pressure on the bootleg there on their quarterback, and he's unable to execute. Tanner drops back right here, and we hit Kyle on the slant. Kyle doing a good job weaving and picking up positive yards right there after catch. Kyle's so slick with the ball in his hands. I think we have to end up punting there, right, and defense back out on the field. Once again, Sand Springs puts together some good drives, traps us just a little bit, runs their inside zone play. Casey Sade, Cress Woodward, Grady Hanifin all in on the tackle right there. Grady, you'll notice right here, this week's Player of the Week, doing such a good job getting off the line of scrimmage. I tell you what, he's got such fast takeoff. offense back out here. We throw the wide receiver screen out to Cade Cabanis, and it doesn't look like much, but Cade was able to pick up 4 or 5 yards. Come back, hand the ball off to the big guy, Nick, doing a good job moving the chains over the left side right here. We come back on a critical 3rd down conversion, 3rd down and 8, and throw the throwback screen to Kyle Ryan. Got a couple big guys out blocking for him. Kyle very wisely does a good job picking up the 1st down, getting out of bounds. Here in the 4th quarter, we run the stretch right here, just opened up like the Red Sea, and he is able to finish a run off in the defensive backfield, getting the end zone. You'll notice Jake Spriggs right there doing a good job putting pressure on the swing pass. The rest of the crew rallying it up. I believe that's Austin Grotz in helping out. Once again, Jake Spriggs in on the tackle from his outside linebacker position. Braden Daniel had a very good ball game right here. Jake doing a good job turning everything back inside. Jed Stinson, all the guys retracing on the screen, doing a fine job. You'll notice Grady Hannafin on the sack right there from his defensive end position. Grady's just getting better every week. Real proud of him. That's why he's Defensive Player of the Week this week. Sand Springs right here trying to set up a screen. We do a great job reading that thing right there. Casey Sade in on it. A couple defensive linemen retracing, doing a good job. Got to be able to run the football right here in the second half. Nick Roller doing a good job picking up positive yards over the left side, staying in bounds. And anytime you got a lead right here and you want to pick up 1st down, stay in bounds, keep the clock moving. Sand Springs comes back. They run the naked bootleg, and I got 4 guys in on a sack. I guess everybody gets a quarter of a sack. Big Austin Grotz in on it. And, you know, Coach, we had some great stats from the game that we got to take a look at. Obviously, we had the big win, 34-31. We had 444 total yards of offense to Sand Springs 338. We made 20 first downs. Sand Springs was able to move the chains 21 times. Rushing, we had 193 yards rushing to Sand Springs 91. Passing, we had 251 yards through the air to Sand Springs 247. And the big stat that stands out in my mind, or 2 big stats, we had 10 penalties for 125 yards. Sand Springs only had 70 yards. And then time of possession, we only had the ball for 15 minutes of the game, and that means Sand Springs had it for 33 minutes. And so big stat that stood out there. Through the air, Tanner Griffin was 18 of 27 passing for 251 yards, and Tanner's doing a good job, only getting better. Moving around in the pocket, finding open receivers. Rushing, Nick Roller had 28 carries for 182 yards and 4 touchdowns. Tanner Griffin had 4 carries for 11 yards, 1 big one on the quarterback draw. Receiving, Kyle Ryan had another big night, 9 catches for 163 yards. The sloppy jalopy, Cade Cabanis, 5 catches for 53 yards. J.J. Cantrell, 2 receptions for 23 yards and a TD. Blake Cooper had 1 big reception for 6 yards on the bubble screen. Tackles, Casey Sade, our team leader in tackles, had 14. Zach Reynolds, 13. Braden Daniel, 10. And finally, Chris Woodward also had 10. So big night as far as stats are concerned, guys, or coach. And I don't know, it's exciting to get to take a look at Stillwater and move on to next week.
Well, what kind of team does Stillwater? I was hearing a lot of things. A lot of people compare them to the type of Sand Springs. Stillwater and Sand Springs. I don't know if y'all looked at that, but hey, I've always had some great football players.
Yeah, Stillwater has beat some big 6A schools early in the year. Had some real big wins. Got their quarterback hurt, and so kind of changed their identity on offense. They're explosive. They got a wonderful tailback and the Mayberry kid and some big wide receivers. They've moved a skill position guy to quarterback, and they run the football. In fact, the last couple games they've only thrown the ball 7 times, and they run a lot of misdirection, quarterback read, Auburn type stuff on offense, and then on defense they're at 4-2-5. Really like to pressure on about 60% of snaps, and so it should be interesting to see how our kids respond.
What's amazing about this is the difference in when it went to 6A1 and 6A2. Man, you're playing a team. There's 8 teams make it, and that 4th place team is very, very good on both districts.
Yeah, very talented, both districts. It makes it very competitive. There are a lot of first-round matchups that are very interesting. I think Sand Springs can give Midwest City a run for their money. You got Choctaw, Booker T. Washington. A lot of intriguing matchups that could be interesting. And I think the temperature is supposed to be about 30 degrees on Friday night, so you better bring your
unfortunately, I'll let you know how warm it is up in the press box, but we need a big crowd for Friday night. It's a big game. First game of the playoffs, and let's make sure you're there. And we'll be back right after this with this week's Car Country Player of the Week.
One place for all your insurance needs? Of course. See State Farm agent Mark Musser. Call or stop by today.
Genghis Khan. You may know me from such conquests as the sacking of Yanjing or the famous raid of Bukhara. Good times. But here, at Genghis Grill, I've chosen to turn my efforts from burning and pillaging to more noble pursuits like feeding and empowering. With 80 delicious fresh ingredients to build your own bowl, you can eat what you want. Could have used you at the Battle of Samarkand. Genghis Grill.
Are you Marcus Dupree?
Marcus Dupree? What's up, man? Woo!
It's Dupree. Marcus Dupree plays for Car Country now. Dupree 24-month warranty. Dupree oil changes for life. Dupree roadside assistance.
Man, I could have spent 45 grand at one of them big dealerships.
Now what's your credit score?
I could have played in the NFL.
Locations in Bixby, Broken Arrow, Bartlesville, Claremore, and Sapulpa. Take advantage of Marcus Dupree. It's Dupree.
You, me, and Marcus Dupree at Car Country by Nelson.
Welcome back to Genghis Grill with this week's Car Country Player of the Week. We've got a good one today. He's a junior, number 22. I've never seen anybody go quite like he does, Mr. Grady Hannafin. Grady, I tell you, we were up here in the box. I mean, there are so many great football players out there. It's Spartans on offense, defense, special teams are so fun to watch. But there's just something about you that, Mark Waddell and I, when we were up there, you just got an extra level, man. You just seem like you go hard every single time. And on offense, we've not seen you knock some guys out. Which side do you like playing better, offense or defense?
I love playing offense a lot. I know I don't play it as much as defense, but I love to play fullback and just knock people out and make holes for Nick. I love blocking for Nick because he's just such a great running back, and seeing him get a touchdown I love seeing it.
Well, there's no doubt that winning a district championship is, right now, I don't know how important it feels, but man, that is a huge deal. You're going 9-1. We're going into the playoffs, playing a very good football team. How exciting was it, to win that championship?
It was great. I loved it. We all were pretty anxious to get that game over with. It was a fun game though, and knowing we came out on top was just great.
Well, Grady, I tell you, it's one of the best defenses I've seen. I've been around here a long time, boy. Congratulations on a great year.
Thank you.
And man, I tell you what, we got a big game coming up with Stillwater, and good luck with that. I'm sure you'll be watching a lot of film on that, and we can't wait to see you just fly across there and make those tackles. And we'll be back right after this for the Nelson Mazda U Team of the Week.
Are you Marcus Dupree?
Marcus Dupree? What's up, man? Woo!
It's Dupree. Marcus Dupree plays for Car Country now. Dupree 24-month warranty. Dupree oil changes for life. Dupree roadside assistance.
Man, I could have spent 45 grand at one of them big dealerships.
Now what's your credit score?
I could have played in the NFL.
Locations in Bixby, Broken Arrow, Bartlesville, Claremore, and Sapulpa. Take advantage of Marcus Dupree. It's Dupree.
You, me, and Marcus Dupree at Car Country by Nelson.
Genghis Khan. You may know me from such conquests as the sacking of Yanjing or the famous raid of Bukhara. Good times. But here, at Genghis Grill, I've chosen to turn my efforts from burning and pillaging to more noble pursuits like feeding and empowering. With 80 delicious fresh ingredients to build your own bowl, you can eat what you want. Could have used you at the Battle of Samarkand. Genghis Grill.
One place for all your insurance needs? Of course. See State Farm agent Mark Musser. Call or stop by today.
At Matthews Ford, we know what's important. Those moments in life you hold on to. To always remember and protect. Matthews Ford has a new state-of-the-art facility in Broken Arrow, where we can help our customers make more of those moments. Come by and see us today. Matthews Ford.
Welcome back to Genghis Grill with this week's Nelson Mazda U-Team of the Week. It's a special edition this week. We had the youth football champions, and Coach, you were there. Tell us something about the three teams in the championship.
Well, this is the 5th year that we've hosted the INFC Finals at Lee Snyder Field in Bixby, and it's an exciting event. Just, you know, tons and tons of teams that play across green country, but only 2 make it to the finals in the tournament. And this year we had 3 teams from Bixby that were in the finals that we want to recognize. We had 2nd grade red, we had 4th grade red, and then 7th grade white. 3 phenomenal football teams. I was out there firsthand and got to see those guys play, and so it was an emotional day. 2nd grade red actually brought home the big gold trophy. They won their game at the last minute. Coach, it was an exciting ball game.
Well, you know, I know that the youth teams, I mean, you're out there all the time. You support them, and obviously they support us. Well, you can't beat it when you have 3 teams in your youth program that is the base of your foundation, and they're in the champions.
Man, I tell you what, hats off to all those coaches. You know, they teach their kids great sportsmanship. They teach their kids great fundamentals that you see out there. I know Coach Roller in the 7th grade, he was running the same offense and same defense that we run, using our terminology. And I tell you what, when you have that continuity in your youth coach, it's going to be hard for you to be beaten down the road.
Well, Spartan family, I tell you what, we got a big game. And boy, it's those guys playing on Friday night, almost every one of them are down in that youth program. And boy, it's a big night. It's the first round of the playoffs, on our way hopefully to the gold ball. Make sure you're there Friday night. It starts at 7 o'clock, so make sure you get there early so you can get a seat, because it's going to be a big crowd, very important game, and man, it's going to be exciting. Make sure you wear a lot of warm clothes. It's supposed to be cold. We'll see you next week.
The Bixby Spartan Football Coaches Show was brought to you by Genghis Grill, Jim Norton Toyota, Car Country, Nelson Nissan, Nelson Mazda, Matthews Ford, Midwest Sporting Goods, Arvest Bank, TTCU, Chick-fil-A, Central States Orthopedic Specialist, Henry Orthodontics, State Farm, Challenger Services, and by the Coaches Driving School. Get in the game.
Genghis Khan. You may know me from such conquests as the sacking of Yanjing or the famous raid of Bukhara. Good times. But here, at Genghis Grill, I've chosen to turn my efforts from burning and pillaging to more noble pursuits like feeding and empowering. With 80 delicious fresh ingredients to build your own bowl, you can eat what you want. Could have used you at the Battle of Samarkand. Genghis Grill.
Are you Marcus Dupree?
Marcus Dupree? What's up, man? Woo!
It's Dupree. Marcus Dupree plays for Car Country now. Dupree 24-month warranty. Dupree oil changes for life. Dupree roadside assistance.
Man, I could have spent 45 grand at one of them big dealerships.
Now what's your credit score?
I could have played in the NFL.
Locations in Bixby, Broken Arrow, Bartlesville, Claremore, and Sapulpa. Take advantage of Marcus Dupree. It's Dupree.
You, me, and Marcus Dupree at Car Country by Nelson.